to get these models as self, we probably need to give it environmental coupling that is dense enough for the model to discover itself in the interaction with the world, right? We discover our own self model by observing how we interact with the world and then noticing that we exist. Without this feedback between us and the world, we would not notice that we are there and what we are. Right? We become apparent to us in this feedback loop between action and perception and deliberation as the thing that deliberates, and our body is the thing that performs the actions. Also, the body would not be discoverable if we would not have this closed loop. And this is something that is missing in the present models. They don't have a closed loop. The fact that they can learn at all is because we have a tremendous repository of available data on the internet that people talk about what it is like to have a self, to have a body, to program, and so on. And from this, the model can abstract enough regularities to produce the desired behavior. But there are a few things that are very difficult to do. For instance, if we think about empathy. Empathy between human beings is not just inference about each other's mental states. It's something where we couple each other so much that we are able to have a feedback loop between each other and have shared mental states. When we have an empathetic state, we are capable of having emotions that we couldn't have independently, or think thoughts that we cannot have independently. Sometimes that's the greatest common denominator, so it's not as subtle as it is individually. So thinking is usually something that has been done alone. But if you want to experience something, many experiences can only be had across people. And so this is something that in principle these models cannot do because they're not coupled in real time with the world. They're not coupled with the world at a frequency that can be tuned to our nervous system. Right? So this model might be able to look at a video sequence of you and narrow down your mental state to some degree, but to get to a shared mental state where you ascertain each other's mental states via feedback, this is something that is not open to these models. And so there is a limit in the present approaches when it comes to real-time interaction with the world, with organisms.